From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. Talk about birth announcements. This unusual one was blasted all over social media Tuesday morning by the Michigan State Police, a couple hours after baby boy Cameron was delivered by his dad off Interstate 94 near Allen Park. The father, police said, gets credit for being uncharacteristically calm, but they noted the real hero of the story is, as it is with every birth, is the mom. It turns out that at 7:05 a.m. on a freezing cold and windy day, MSP dispatcher took a call that a mother was going into labor off Interstate 94 near the freeway and sent Allen Park EMTs and Metro South troopers to assist. State Police Sergeant Brian Cross said just as he and Trooper Brad Connor were arriving on the scene, the baby was being born. The babe, Cross said, popped out into his daddy's arms, screaming the whole time, just like you'd want a healthy newborn to do.
For the Detroit Free Press, this is Joe Guillen. Former Detroit Councilman Spivey said on Tuesday that he bought 4 sports coats to wear a wire for the FBI. The purchases were part of his plan to cooperate. Spivey detailed that plan in a new court filing ahead of his sentencing hearing this week for a federal bribery conviction. Spivey believes he should be sentenced to probation, in part because he was ready to cooperate with the FBI. Federal prosecutors, on the other hand, say that Spivey actually interfered with their investigation by lying and leaking information. They say he deserves 40 months in prison. The former councilman's sentence will be handed down Wednesday morning by U.S. District Judge Victoria Roberts. Be sure to check freep.com for more details.
For the Detroit Free Press Autos team, I'm Jamie LaRue. This year, nearly 4 million cars will come off leases, and those consumers will need to decide what to do. If they want to lease again or buy a new or used car, they're going to be looking at a higher monthly car payment than what they've had, industry analysts say. The shortage of new cars last year will continue through the first half of this year, even as the semiconductor chip shortage bottoms out. Experts say there is such low inventory, it's going to take a year to refill dealership lots. And with a shortage of new cars, that means there's a shortage of used cars, often obtained from trade-ins. For the next 6 months, prepare for limited choices, long waits for a new car to come from the factory, and little to no negotiation power. So what can you do if you want a new ride? Experts say plan well ahead of any lease expiration. Research competitive pricing. Compare bank and credit union financing rates against those of dealerships. And ultimately, hold off until next year if you can.
I'm Andrew Hammond for the Free Press Sports Department. On Tuesday, there was a slice of good news and bad news around the Michigan State football program. Former Michigan State Spartan and Cleveland Browns defensive end Malik McDowell was arrested on Monday. He was arrested by the Broward County Sheriff's Office in Florida on charges of exposing himself in public, resisting arrest with violence and battery on a law enforcement officer. This is just the latest in a string of troubling issues for McDowell, who is scheduled to be a free agent in March. For the current version of the Michigan State Spartans, there is a new addition to the team that comes through the NCAA's transfer portal. Ameer Speed, the former Georgia cornerback, comes to the Spartans after spending 3 seasons with the current national champion, Georgia Bulldogs. Speed's addition to the Spartans reunites him with Mel Tucker, who was on the Georgia coaching staff from 2016 to 2018.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.